What is up, everybody? Colby Cheese here, and it's time for another solo queue ranked game shoutcast. This time I joined up with a game on Wingsofdeathx. He's around 2400 elo, so that's going to be the level of this game here. Super excited. Right now, I just finalized all of the stuff for my trip to LA for the Season 2 playoffs and finals. So I guess while the game's loading, I'll give you guys some info about that. I'll be staying at the Curse Gaming Mansion for the entire 10 days, so you should see some videos. I'll probably have some up on maybe their YouTube as well, because I'll be working with Pluto and all those guys. So I'm super excited. Hopefully I'll have some vlogs and whatnot for you guys, and then I'm gonna try and do a few shoutcasts before I leave, but we've got just a couple days to go. A lot of really cool stuff happening there. Gonna meet a lot of people, and definitely looking forward to meeting any fans that are there. If any of you guys are out there, definitely hit me up on Twitter or my Facebook page. If you don't have that, it's just at Colby Cheese. So should be a lot of fun. And anyways, the game is getting started here. Let's take a look at the teams and get them all squared away before I forget to do so. And let me see, who's the jungler? We got Riven, and we've got ChoGath. ChoGath jungle, interesting. You know, I really hate playing against the ChoGath because he's got so much CC, runs up and silences you, and that range is so deceptive whenever you're playing against him on his silence. You're like, holy crap, I can't believe that thing hit me. It's kind of like Mordekaiser with that cone. It just feels like it's longer than it should be. But anyways, definitely some good CC on their side. I'm not really a fan of the Karma pick. Is she actually going to play as a support or as a solo lane? I don't really see support Karma being that great of a pick. Man, this is gonna be really nasty. TB Spike's already gonna get grabbed by a charm there, get first blood. He had no clue they were coming in. It's like who does that? But at the same time, he really shouldn't have been standing around randomly right there. Like, I know that's like very rare that somebody would come up and actually do that. But usually if you're gonna be just standing around, even if it's in the lane like this, you should at least be in the bush so you can see people coming. So whatevs. That's gonna make it a lot harder for his lane up top, as Riven's gonna have that. Oh, never mind, that's jungle. So no one's lane's gonna be tougher, but Riven's gonna have an easier time getting ahead this game. If she can get a couple of kills in the jungle, she is going to wreck. So, you know, once you see Riven with that Bloodthirster and GA, that's when things start to get a little bit rough for you. And she's also got a great pull going on here by Wings and Snakeoil. So who's gonna be the mid laner? I think it is gonna be Karma after all. So yeah, since it is Nunu and Ashe on bottom, that's gonna be pretty decent bottom lane. It's gonna give Ashe just, you know, attack speed, so in the run speed, so she can run up, kite around, and chase people down or whatever she needs to do. So should be good. And a Fiddlesticks on the bot lane. This is something that I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but I'm pretty sure Elements made this popular. Like, I heard that he was playing a lot of Fiddlesticks as support in the bottom lane for just that fear and the silence. Just really annoying to have to go against that. And so I can see it working out. I've actually never seen it yet. If you guys have been spectating games or watching streams, you may have seen it, but personally, since I've been doing a lot of other random stuff, I haven't actually seen it yet. Is Rainbow Thug's gonna be able to pick up a kill here? He does have Karma coming in, but she's actually really low health, and then Jarvan ran in there, and there is the flash over the wall, but Ignite might take down Thugs for another kill. Just the last tick does not go away, and SickMotion was able to run in there, pick up that kill, and this is getting nasty. There's Jarvan with his pickup with the flag toss, and this is going to be bad if Thugs can't get out. Looks like he does make it though, and SickMotion now in big trouble with that double buff. Could possibly go to Jarvan if he's not able to get out there. He's all the way at the enemy turret, using that dash to get to the creeps, but this is looking really nice because Thugs knocked up Snakeoil. Oh no! Jarvan's able to get his cooldowns up just in time to clean that up, pick up some double buffs, and this is a very intense game already. That's going to make it really difficult for top lane if Jarvan already has 2 kills and double buffs. That's just going to suck really bad for Irelia early game, since Irelia doesn't start to pick up until a little bit later anyways. But we'll have to see how she holds up in the lane with that being said. Now bottom lane here looks like they're getting harassed quite a lot, and I think Spike's gonna go down here, and that's gonna be a pretty much 1-for-1 trade. Both AD carries go down, but unfortunately it's the Nunu that picks up the kill on that one, so it wasn't well, I guess at the same time it was Fiddlesticks. So both supports pick up kills, and that's pretty much, like I said, 1-for-1 trade. Man, I didn't even get a chance to move around all of the people here, so let's do that in the meantime here. And I think we're good now. I think we're all matched up, squared away, and this is gonna be battle of the supports down here as Nancy, Pelosii, and ShawnOfTheDead have like no health at all, but Nancy is gonna be seen by that ward. Unfortunately, Shawn does not have the cojones to run up and try and take him down. Probably just because he sees that Nunu has that free spell up and can toss a snowball in his face, possibly for a kill. I don't know if it would have done enough damage, but he did not want to take that risk, especially with Ashe coming back in. I'm pretty sure she could have got in there and turned that around, picked up a kill for herself, if anything. So it's going to be Spike and Wings down here, but Spike has already taken half his health and damage, has to pop out those health potions to stay back even. And then mid lane, I haven't actually taken a look at yet, but DYRUS fan here is already half HP, but he should be okay as long as he doesn't get ganked. So far, Karma is actually a really good mid lane or top lane. You know, in the laning phase, she does a really good job. You know, whether you know that or not, she's got that really strong shield, and she can do a lot of damage. She runs up and lands that shield damage portion onto somebody. And here Spike is gonna definitely be in big trouble if he, okay, he has that flash, so he didn't actually pop that from earlier. I'm surprised. I thought he would have had it down from that fight from the beginning. And now Pelosii is trying to do his best to damage Wings, but it's not going to be enough because Wings does have that dash. Back in the middle lane, a little bit of a gank happening here, but Thug's taking turret damage, so he has to back off. Let's head back down bottom and see if there's anything else going on there. Looks like they have, you know, disengaged there as well. And top lane is gank coming in. Doomtrobo is going to run in here and do some work onto SickMotion. I think this is going to be a sure kill because all Jarvan has to do is land a flag toss and Doomtrobo can get in there. But I don't know. It's going to be up to him right now. And there it goes. The dash is on. So that's going to make it easy for them to land that. And knocks her back. She gets ignited. And that's going to be yet another kill for the Jarvan. Great gank chance. Great gank attempt by Doomtrobo, really putting her even further behind. So she was already level 4 at that point. Jarvan was 5. He's gonna hit 6 before she even gets, you know, halfway to that point. So that's gonna be a really good situation for him to be in. Now with Thugs on bottom, I don't know. I don't think he got seen by any ward. Okay, now he does get seen by ward. So looks like he is actually able to put down about half his HP though, just from a little bit of poke. So it wasn't necessarily a kill gank, but it was successful in at least hurting his HP pool just a little bit there. All right, this is a great game. I'm glad I decided to spectate this one. It is starting to move kind of in the favor of red team as far as the kills and gold is concerned, but we haven't seen any global objectives being taken, so really it's going to be hard to say who's in the lead just yet. Now with DYRUS fan though getting completely dope here, there's not really any chance for him to escape that. It was a great job by DYRUS to come down. He shoved down his lane, and now with Doomtrobo actually holding the lane for him, he's not really going to be in any bad situation to lose any creeps. So great job there, taking out the Karma mid lane, and that's just going to make it even harder. She really does need to get ahead in the laning phase to be useful at all, in my opinion. And so far, it's not going to be the case. Already 2 deaths at this point. Yes, 1 assist, but not ahead on any other, you know, sense of the word. And with Ahri being just such a strong champion in fights, it's going to make it even more difficult for them to deal with that. That sucks. So she decides to stay here, even with Rainbow Thug stopping her from backing. I don't know what Snakeoil is thinking right now. This is like, is she AFK or like DC'd or something? I can't. Okay, no. I really don't know what the hell he's doing. He's just like sitting there letting him harass him down. But yeah, I guess maybe tried to bait it out, but honestly it didn't really do any damage. There was no chance of him actually getting killed there, so kind of weird. Let's go back and check out some of the other lanes. Up top, SickMotion in really bad situation, but he is caught up on some kills. So it looks like apparently he didn't lose out on too much. I thought he was going to be further behind than he is currently. Let's see. Yeah, he's about just a little less than a level behind. So, I mean, definitely not in a good position necessarily, and he's not going to be able to... not going to be able to probably pick up any kills on a Jarvan without ganks or anything like that, but he's actually not too behind on farm if you compare the two. Considerably better off than I thought he would be doing based on the, you know, circumstance of him dying those 2 times. ShawnOfTheDead here trying to do his best to just be a nasty harasser for Wings, and it seems to be working out so far, as Wings does have considerably more creep score than the Ashe does at this point. So we'll see if that starts to widen even further as the minutes go on. And mid lane looks like there's a ping going. I don't know if they're trying to say, hey, come on and gank this lane or what, but actually he's probably telling him to come get blue buff, but he didn't actually grab the blue. He went ahead and grabbed it for himself. With a ward there, they do know that RainbowThugz is going to be coming up to the top lane, at least if he paid attention to that ward. So yeah, there you go. He's backing off. So I think he really knows that Thugs is around the area. He doesn't know exactly where because he has no ward. Yeah, he's actually checking the bushes, and he has a really good idea that Thugs is around. So he's probably going to try and play it safe, not do anything crazy. Either way, though, he does get knocked up, and I think he might actually go down here with Irelia on his tail. Doomtrobo coming in might be able to take him down. Oh, and oh man, that was so close. If Irelia didn't have that flash and dash, he wouldn't have been able to pick that up. That's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Doomtrobo might actually grab another kill. Nice stun there, though. SickMotion is going to be able to make it out a little bit further. If he can actually bait this a bit, he might be able to grab a kill and a double buff. He does! So really bad play by Doomtrobo. I wasn't sure if that would work out, and I guess I was right in my head there. That did not work out so well for him at all. Snakeoil picking up a kill in the mid lane with his ultimate. So action happening all over the map. Overall, though, I think that going back to the fight up top lane, I really feel like Doomtrobo played that a little bit too risky. I mean, when you go up against Irelia at her turret, it's just too easy for her to juke around and do a lot of damage to you and pick up the kill. So that probably puts her back in the game for the most part. And now bottom lane getting a really bad situation here. They're going to both engage, but I think Spike's going to go down as well. So 1-for-1 trade so far, but it looks like Pelosii will actually pick up Graves. He does have the exhaust. He didn't actually use it in that fight. He should have used it before Wings was actually able to kill the Ashe, but I guess, oh, this is going to be bad. He's actually going to die to the turret, so that's going to give Graves another kill, which is better off than Pelosii grabbing the kill. So yes, you could say, oh cool, he got the kill, but not actually worth it in my opinion, just because you don't want to give Graves that kill. And down on bottom, Thugs is following the Snakeoil. I don't know, I guess Snakeoil was trying to get in there and make some plays, but it was already too late, and now he's just going to take some damage, have to go back to base. DYRUS fan doing his best to take advantage of Snakeoil to be missing, and going to do some farming, but Trobo not going to let it happen. Already dangerous enough to run in there and just completely destroy him. Now with Jarvan coming in here, he's going to clean that up, no problem. Only getting 170 gold. He's not really worth much, but still, I'd say worth it. You know, 170 gold, and denying her even more experience in farm is always great. And so I really feel like Karma's just going to be completely useless for the remainder of this game, especially considering the fact that she's just not a good champion. If she doesn't get really far ahead and start getting a lot of gold and item advantage and that sort of thing. So we'll have to see how that kind of plays out as the game gets going, if she's going to be useful at all or not. So far, red team is just in a really good lead. They've got twice the kills and pretty good gold advantage. Dragon has been taken as well, and so I think they are doing a great job all around. They're doing so much roaming, and here comes the ultimate from ShawnOfTheDead, going to be putting some deeps onto Spike. I don't actually see the. Did he like? It looks like he like cancels ult, or maybe I'm just not seeing the particles or whatever. But anyways, Wingsofdeathx able to get away if he can get one more dash. Yeah, Doomtrobo coming down here and doesn't help him out, so they're going to be on the run now. Nice knockup from Thugs, going to keep them at bay. And he's doing a really good job. I have to give ChoGath a lot of credit. He's actually landing a lot of these knockups. I haven't really seen him miss any important ones yet. So he probably either plays a lot of ChoGath, or I guess is just good at clicking buttons and using his skill shots. So Pelosii now on the run, gonna have to be careful. Well, okay, I just talked about how good he was landing skill shots. That was a really random one, but I guess he was landing it in the direction of where he was running. There's a little bit of ultimate from Pelosii, landing Trobo just low enough to take him down, but not before Graves is able to pick up a kill with his ultimate burst. And Snakeoil mid lane in the meantime also picks up a turret kill, so further adding to their snowball advantage, especially with the fact that the Karma actually just left the game. I don't know if that was a DC or a rage quit or what, but overall, that's not going to put blue team in a good position at all. ShawnOfTheDead coming in here for a fear on a SickMotion. He's going to have to back off. Not going to be able to continue that fight. And now with, oh my god, Jarvan with the dunk. And that's going to take her down. No one dying there in that exchange. And these guys are just all over the map. I have to give it credit to Jarvan, man. He has been mid so many times. And they are just, I mean, they're all over the place. This is great. They're playing this game, I mean, almost as well as if they were a fives team, but this is solo queue, so have to give big props to them for doing so well. They've had Doomtrobo roaming around and helping out top lane, doing, you know, taking over the lane where necessary. Pelosii going down there, so yet another kill for red team. And overall, I think that we're gonna see a pretty quick game if this continues like this, especially with, like I said, Karma being missing like that. So at only 14 minutes, you're seeing a huge gold advantage at about 7,000 lead, even more than that actually, moving on up to 8,000 almost. And with all, let me see, did they already take the top turret as well? So top turret is the last one remaining here. They should be taking that one down soon, and that's going to give red team the chance at only 15 minutes to be roaming around as a group of 5. So once you take down all 3 turrets, especially that fast, that really gives you that advantage where you can just go and clean up the rest of the team objectives. Now SickMotion gets caught here. ShawnOfTheDead waiting in the bush for him now, and nice arrow comes in from Ashe, gonna help him get away though. So unfortunately, they weren't able to clean that up. ShawnOfTheDead gonna go down. SickMotion turning it around on him, but not before Doomtrobo comes in, using that ultimate, gonna clean her up, no problem. Yet another kill for that Riven. Very strong right now. Has a bloodthirster, gonna be working towards that Guardian Angel, and a double kill for him. Takes him down. Wings also picking up one, and they are in such a nasty position. Look at this right now. You've got 6 kills on Riven. She's the most fed on the team as the jungler. That's a really scary thing when your jungler gets that far ahead, as you know, usually the laners are okay with just having a decent amount of farm. But not only do they have a decent amount of farm, they've all got at least 4 kills, except for the support, who's actually got 2 as well. So every single person, when you see the kills spread out on the team like this, that's when it gets really scary, because if you just have one person that's fed on a team, they're going to be really strong and they're going to do a lot of work. But the thing is that it's not going to be as strong as being kills being spread out between your whole team, because obviously that's everyone being able to contribute so much more with the items and gold lead and experience and levels, rather than just one person be able to take out 1 or 2 people. So that's a situation where they group up in a team fight and there's just nothing you can do. Wings being a little bit greedy, farming down there by himself. Does pay the price though, but not before ShawnOfTheDead comes in here, is able to pick up yet another kill. Snakeoil going to be doing some work onto the support here, but now you've got Karma back in the game. A little bit low level, but still going to be trying to do some work. Snakeoil getting really low here as SickMotion does the number on him. Destroys him quickly. It really did look like Nunu was going to fall there, but they did a good job of responding to that counter gank, and you know, made them pay for that. So that's the sort of thing that we're going to need to see in order for them to come back. But with this ward here, it looks like she's going to be in a bad position. So even though they had a good play there, that's going to be 2 assists and a kill for red team. And just great ward placement overall. That's what really sucks about being behind, is they are able to really put wards all over your jungle area and just take advantage of every single spot that you're in. And there was no way that she would have known that that ward's going to be there. That's going to be one of those random positions that, you know, wards aren't always in those spots, but again, they're so far ahead that they can go all the way up in the enemy jungle and not really be opposed by that in a really large way. Okay, so far it is at 11 kills ahead for red team, coming out at just about over 10,000 gold lead advantage with no towers down. Okay. So only 1 tower down for blue team, and so they really have no good map control. Let's just take a look at their vision. You can see right here, they cannot see anything that's going on in the map, whereas you take a look at red team, and you can see pretty much the entire bottom half of the map that's going on here. And sorry, I was too busy watching the wards. Let me go jump back for just a second. We can actually watch what happened here, but I'm guessing you can kind of assume. Well, it looks like the Nunu is going to be going down if they can do a little bit more damage, and the ultimate is not enough. SickMotion getting in there, and she's kind of deadly right now. You'll notice that with 5 kills, Irelia's actually not in a bad position. She's got that phase to slow people down, and on top of her actual E ability, which I can never remember the name of. Let's find out, shall we? Equilibrium Strike, yes. Don't play enough Irelia. I actually played her in ARAM a while ago, and she wasn't that bad. Doomtrobo picking up Spike on bottom, going to be doing a lot of damage to SickMotion, but can they take her out? Oh, okay, looks like it is not going to be a 1v1, as ShawnOfTheDead comes in here with that fear, and I think that Trouble might have actually won that fight anyways, had the double buff, and is, again, just very fed right now. Now at 9 kills. And gonna have that GA very soon. Let's see if she has enough gold. Oh yeah, 3,600 gold. Hasn't actually been back to buy in a really long time. So as soon as he goes back, man, look at the burst air onto DYRUS fan. Level 13 versus a 10. He was gone for so long, and Trouble got so fat. He's already 3 levels ahead of the mid laner. So this one's gonna be gone very soon. I'm curious if we're gonna see a 20-minute surrender, if they're gonna try and turtle this one out for a late game victory potentially, but it's going to be very hard, especially at this elo range. Snakeoil now getting harassed so much. RainbowThux already has a GA. He's not even able to do much work onto the ChoGath. Does he have his ultimate? Let's take a look. No, his ultimate is not up, so we can't actually catch Snakeoil with that. That would have actually taken him down with a nice snipe. ShawnOfTheDead coming around from behind on the Spike. I don't know if this is a smart decision or not. He is the support. He doesn't have a lot of deeps or anything. But he does have the rest of, meaning Wingsofdeathx behind him. Can he bait something out here? Wingsofdeathx, I think he might have got spotted by Ashe there. Gonna try and steal that blue buff, but instead they're gonna flash out, or not flash out, but ultimate out. ShawnOfTheDead gonna put a little damage onto Thugs, but he does have that. Oh, and threaded the needle on that ultimate. Spike gonna waste that one and gonna go down here. Oh no, what are you doing, Thugs? Gets munched on by ChoGath, as he does lose his GA though. That is too unfortunate. He's gonna go down here to Wings. I'm definitely sure that he's gonna go down. Yes, that fear keeps him in place while Wings pecks away with that shotgun. And Trouble down on the bottom lane, gonna be roaming around looking for some more kills. I don't know if he knows the DYRUS fan is around there farming. There we go. It looks like just at 20 minutes. There's the surrender. But overall, a very exciting game, actually. A lot of action, regardless of the fact that it snowballed there at the very end. It was pretty action-packed in the beginning, so fun one to watch. Thank you guys for checking this out. And once again, I'm looking forward to see anyone that is watching going to Season 2 playoffs or finals. Definitely hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. I'll check you out there. If you want to know, my links are down below. I have all my social media stuff in the comment section, or not the comment, but the description section. Speaking of comments though, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video, and hit that like button if you enjoyed it. I'll see you around for the next one. Peace out.